We now go to our correspondent Steve Mort at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, who is with Allard Budel. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right, but anyway, NASA's spokesman. Hi, Steve. Now, how are things going on the ground, and is everything prepared?
Well, certainly everything seems to be going according to plan as it stands at the moment. We had that deorbit burn, which came at around 4:30 local time here, and that was, of course, the point of no return, as everybody who follows the space program knows, and that was the point at which we knew that the space shuttle was going to be able to land here at the Kennedy Space Center at its first allotted time. Well, joining me now is NASA's spokesman here at the Kennedy Space Center, Allard Budel. Allard, thanks so much for joining us really briefly. This is obviously a momentous occasion. How are people feeling here at NASA?
I think focusing on the last 9 minutes, 45 seconds, it's still all business. The crew's not back yet. The mission's not over. Once we get and it rolls past this very area and comes to a complete stop, we call it wheel stop, then we'll get the full emotion. But until then, job's not done.
Obviously, this is a critical time. The future of this agency itself is at stake. What comes next for NASA after this?
After the shuttle program, on the human spaceflight side, we've got a number of things. We're going with U.S. commercial companies to get us to and from cargo to the International Space Station, just like Atlantis just did. And then we're looking to have those U.S. private companies take astronauts to and from the space station. In the meantime, NASA's building its own deeper space exploration spacecraft. We call it Orion. It's going to be going to places like an asteroid, back to Mars, maybe a Lagrange point, and ultimately on to Mars. So we've got a number of different ways, things we've never tried before that we're going to be trying after the Space Shuttle program ends.
And real briefly, before you got to run, what happens with the private industries? What is the time scale here? How long can we expect it to be before we see rockets taking off from American soil?
Well, the rockets for cargo, they should be taking off their test flight. One company just across the river from here, going up to the International Space Station at the end of the year. Next year, a couple different companies should be doing regular, routine cargo flights at the International Space Station. A couple of years after that, hopefully in the 2015 timeframe, so another 4 years from now, U.S. astronauts should be going to and from the International Space Station on private companies. And then after that, a couple of years, we'll be starting test flights on our deeper spacecraft. So we have a number of things coming up in the next few years. It'll be a short-lived time when we don't have humans launching from the United States.
Allard Budel, you're a very busy man this morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
That's Allard Budel, spokesman here at the NASA Kennedy Space Center. Of course, he shares the thoughts of many here who are sad to see the shuttle go, but of course looking forward to the future and the moment that we can see rockets again launching from American soil.